What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about feeling trapped? What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about feeling trapped? What thoughts do you most often get wrapped up in? What thoughts do you most often get wrapped up in? Who or what are you allowing to limit your potential? Who or what are you allowing to limit your potential? What do you need to take responsibility for? What do you need to take responsibility for? When you're ready, if you haven't already, just take a minute to find a comfortable seat. Make sure you're sitting somewhere where you can feel supported and as undistracted as possible for the next 25 or 30 minutes. You may like to grab something that you might need during your meditation, whether it's a blanket or a glass of water. Otherwise, just begin to settle into the place where you are. You're welcome during this meditation to be standing or sitting or laying down. Whatever you're feeling your body needs in this moment is okay. It's a good idea to ground yourself at the beginning of the meditation. I like to do that simply by seeing if I can release my weight into the surface that I'm sitting or standing on. Depending on what you've been doing throughout the day, you may find that there are parts of your body still exerting some effort that's not needed right now. See if you can just allow any tensions or extra effort to just melt away. And allow the surface that you're sitting or standing or laying on to just support you completely. And then just begin to notice your breath. There's no need to do anything about your breath. Just notice what it's doing. Notice what parts of your body contract and expand as you breathe in and out. And perhaps if you can just see if you can just gently invite your breath to go a little bit deeper. No need to force this, just see what happens when you extend the invitation. You're very quiet and still. You feel your breath in your limbs. Maybe in some subtle way on each inhale, you feel your arms and your legs loosening and expanding. And each exhale, relaxing. You're in your mind's eye. See if you can visualize or sense the energy of the Eight of Swords, just as much as you can remember. And perhaps that's just to imagine 8 swords. Or perhaps you remember that there's an image of a figure on this card. So see if you can remember what that figure is doing, what's happening. There's no need to remember every detail. Just notice what comes to mind. Notice how it makes you feel. You can stay with this internal image, or you can gently shift your gaze to the actual Eight of Swords card in front of you. Again, noticing how this makes you feel. If this were a dream that you'd just woken up from, how would you feel waking up from this dream? There's a figure depicted on your Eight of Swords tarot card. Imagine what it would feel like to stand in front of this person. What does their gesture, expression tell you about them? Or perhaps imagine being this person. What would it feel like to hold these gestures or this facial expression? What would it feel like to be in this place, in this situation? This month, we are exploring the eights as the expansion of their suits. Compared to the sevens, eights tend to depict more awareness and engagement with the world around us and the struggles that come with this. The suit of swords relates to the element of air. The element of air relates to the breath, to the voice, mind, knowledge, and to communication through language. Tonight, we're exploring the Eight of Swords as the expansion of air. And the intention of this meditation is to become more aware of our limiting beliefs. Just take a moment now to set your own intention, to open your heart and your mind to any insights that may arise just for you. And when you're ready, bring to mind something you deeply desire. Something that feels just out of reach for you. Maybe it's something you've wanted for a long time. If you have many things coming to mind, just choose one that you'd like to work with tonight. Just sitting with that desire. It's just out of reach. Notice what sensations arise when you think of this. Take time to just observe the feelings that arise when you hold this desire in your awareness. Notice any thoughts that come up. You may notice some thoughts that have been with you for a really long time. Perhaps before you held this particular desire. You might like to imagine these thoughts taking the shape of swords in the ground around the object of your desire. So you imagine it in front of you. Any of those thoughts or feelings that feel like they're coming between you and that thing that you want. With each breath, allow yourself to step back just a little. Create yourself some space between yourself and these thoughts. Noticing them, but not engaging with them. Noticing any patterns that emerge. And when you feel ready, gently focus on just one of these thoughts. And whatever it is, just hold this thought lightly in your awareness. without trying to change it. Just see if you can feel curious about it. See if you can enter a mind of investigation about this limiting belief. How does the thought make you feel? How does it shape the perception of your desire? Without forcing it, see if any insights or memories come up as you sit with this thought. Perhaps there was a particular moment in the past where it took root in you. Perhaps before you even held this particular desire. Maybe something that was said to you, something you were taught. There's no need to cling on to any of these memories or insights that arise. Just observe them with gentle curiosity. If you've decided to imagine those thoughts as swords, you can imagine holding this thought in your hand, feeling its weight. And then with each breath, begin to allow this thought to loosen or lighten. Again, not forcing anything, just see if you can imagine this thought becoming lighter or less solid in some way. Maybe you imagine it turning into paper, into dust. And as you make space by releasing this thought, notice what naturally arises in its place. Maybe just a feeling, being a little bit lighter. Perhaps a new perspective or a new thought comes forward in its place. Whatever arises, let it be gentle. Let it fill the space left behind. That old belief fades. Perhaps there are some empowering words that would fit this feeling. If not, no need to force it. Sometimes be empowering to take same words that limited us and turn them into an affirmation. Of some kind. That feels good to you, feel free to do that. Or just sit with the feeling of having released this limit, this block. And returning to your awareness of your actual desire, the thing that you want. Try to imagine that again in front of you, only with this new feeling that you found, these new words you found. And see how that feels. Notice if anything has shifted. As we prepare to transition from this meditation, just know that you can come back here to this place to work with any of the other limiting beliefs that you've discovered here. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Noticing any sensations in your body. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Noticing the ease that has settled into your muscles and your bones. taking your time so that you can maintain this whatever feeling of ease that you've gained from this meditation. Slowly bring yourself back, perhaps finding small movements in your fingers and toes. Perhaps taking one final deep breath. And exhaling back into this space. Back into this moment, ready to move on with your day.